5 years ago, while working as an ELL biology teacher in Alexandria, Virginia, the librarians in our school introduced myself and several of my colleagues to the website Kahoot. As librarians explained that we could create quizzes, discussions, or surveys through their website and administer them to our students with their Chromebooks or phones acting as an input device with 4 potential selections, I thought of it as a mildly enhanced version of the clickers that I had used over the prior several years. Once my colleagues and I began to create and play test our own Kahoots with one another, we started to recognize the potential for Kahoot far exceeded that of the clickers we've been working with. Having the visual supports, large, clear font text, color-coded and symbol-associated answer key, countdown timer, and number of answers submitted all in one place at the same time afforded better access for ELLs who may struggle moving back and forth between these components. Working with an adolescent population of Ls, the answer screen also offered a variety of ideal features. Being able to see a clear, simple bar graph of how many students had selected which answer would give us the capacity to give feedback immediately after students responded. The feedback coming to the student's screen as well about whether they were correct or not also gave them the kind of instantaneous gratification that would keep them stimulated throughout the presentations. In addition to the visually rich display, my colleagues and I were excited about the competitive aspect of Kahoot. Students were awarded points for the accuracy and speed of their answers, allowing them to see where they stood on a leaderboard displayed after each question was ended. As my colleagues and I began to implement this technology in our classrooms, as is frequently the case, a variety of challenges began to present themselves. When students signed in on the login screen, they were allowed to write a name of their choice. If my colleagues and I failed to set parameters for name selection, students would write inappropriate things, sometimes in their native languages, which is difficult to catch or discern. Once we started to actually begin the Kahoot, students would also frequently either share answers with one another or yell out incorrect answers intentionally in an effort to try to trick their classmates and win more points. When we attempted to review questions that showed a high frequency of incorrect answers, it was also sometimes difficult to get students to focus well enough to listen to the brief reviews that we were attempting to offer. They were just excited about who was in the lead and what the next question would be. After years of trial and error and sharing our practice, my colleagues and I have worked out the majority of these kinks and currently find Kahoot to be one of the more enjoyable and stimulating means of offering students a chance for formative, low-stakes feedback.